Hey guys, I thought it'd be helpful to give you kind of an inside look at part of our onboarding process. It's the process that we take clients through when we've developed a relationship with them. And the title of the video is how to get more design projects from your clients. And I don't want people to be left with the wrong impression that what we're trying to do is manipulate clients to spend more money with us. That's not the point. My goal is really to challenge designers to think of themselves as something more than just a design fulfillment shop. Sitting around waiting for design projects to fall in their laps. As I said in another video, the difference between art and design is strategy. If there is no strategy, then there really is no design. And so our clients are coming to us as designers for our ideas. And so it's really our job to strategize with our clients different marketing efforts. And so we do that through a process called discovery. And in this video, I want to show you just an inside look, a really high level view of part of our discovery process where we talk about the conversion funnel. The conversion funnel essentially just maps out a user's journey to a brand. And when I'm talking about the different touch points that a brand might have with their users, as a designer, I'm thinking of the different branding opportunities our clients have when engaging with their users or their customers. And so this is where you can take a single design project where a client might come to you for a logo design or business cards or a brochure or website or whatever kind of design project they're coming to you initially for. And this is where you could turn that one project into a lifelong relationship where you're literally doing hundreds of different design projects with the same client over a period of time. And so hopefully this video is helpful for you guys. Love to hear your feedback. Please leave comments in the comment section below, and we'll talk to you soon.
So I'm Ryan Hansen. I'm a blogger, speaker, and future author. I right now write a blog that is intended for people who, like me 10 years ago, were really stuck in their walk with God. I didn't know what my purpose was. I did not want to wake up when I was 70 and look back at a life that didn't matter. So right now, my goal is to help people who, like me 10 years ago, need to figure out how to get to the next level. And so at End Average, we teach on 4 categories: faith, finances, relationships, and health. And we practice growth habits that help us get to the next level.
So from a client perspective, when I'm having discussions with a client, Ryan's a friend, so I could talk to him kind of as client and friend. But what we've already gleaned at this point is, up until this point, Ryan has been a public speaker and a blogger, and who's had influence in small groups in various areas. And now he's at the point where his influence has kind of increased, and he sees the need to where we need to take his organization, which is called End Average, to the next level. So his website right now is just pretty much a blog, right?
That's all it is. Yep.
And so he's saying, okay, well, now we need to take our blog, and you have kind of a big social media presence, or what else do you have going on?
I put out my blog to my newsletter, so my email list. I also post it to Facebook and Instagram.
Okay. So we have blog, social, and within social, what were the platforms? Facebook?
Facebook, Instagram, and just a few things on YouTube so far.
Okay. And then your email newsletter.
Yep.
Okay. And so these are kind of the digital platforms that you're in. Is there anything else digitally that you're doing?
Nope. That's it.
No. And so aside from the digital platforms that his presence is on, you're also doing public speaking.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So as a client, he initially came to us with a request for a website redesign.
That's right.
And so before going into, okay, we could redesign your website, make it look better, I wanted to have a meeting with him to talk about, okay, how are users finding you? How are they made aware of you? How is your influence getting out there? Where can they find research? And so we're going to be talking about the conversion funnel or the user's journey. And so Ryan's going to help me kind of map this out so I could figure out exactly what we're going to design, why we're going to design it, what the end result is supposed to be. And so we have the digital platforms right here, and the goals, which we've already uncovered in one of our other meetings, was to position correctly, to tie in all platforms, and so brand positioning, tie in all platforms. What else were some of the goals that you wanted to do?
Well, I'm going to start packaging these messages into video courses, and I'd like to have a way to sell those.
So product slash, and we'll just put this in parentheses, video sales slash distribution. Okay. And then somehow people need to find out about these videos.
Yeah.
And so awareness. Okay. So we see the digital platforms he's on. We see what he's already doing. We see the goals of what he needs to do. He needs to position himself correctly. We need to tie in all these platforms. He's also introducing a new product, which is going to be a video series that is going to be for sale. And then we need to make people aware of this product.
Yeah.
Okay. And so in the conversion funnel, it typically goes, there's a few levels. Awareness. Research. Engagement. That's horrible handwriting. And then convert is way down here. But once someone's converted, and we don't like talking about, having our following necessarily be converts to our brand or anything like that, but you know what we mean. We're converting someone from someone who's aware, who's done their research, and we're converting them into a user of our brand. And then there's also advocacy. And this is where brand loyalty comes in, where people are, they are not only in love with your brand, but they're willing to tell other people about it so you can spread the word. And so what I want to do is figure out, okay, how right now, let's talk about right now how people are finding you, and then also in the future what areas you have been thinking about endeavoring into. So right now you talked about events is one thing, right? So if you have a public speaking event, they might not know who you are before the event, but they've come to the event, now they're made aware.
Yeah. And ultimately, I mean, to be completely honest, it's mostly word of mouth. It's me explaining to somebody what I do and encouraging them to go to my website. There's nothing formal going on.
So when they're at the events and you're the keynote speaker, for example, after the event, is there like a booth or anything like that, or a table set up for more information?
Not usually. The places where I've spoken, they know who I am before, but I can talk about the blog being a landing place for people that might have questions or they want to learn more about something.
Okay. So and then at the events in the future, is that something that you want to have more information for people?
Absolutely. Okay.
And so we have the pre-marketing that the event hosts would let everybody know about.
Yeah.
So there's like an EPK, electronics press kit. So we got our EPK, and then we have our, we'll just call this booth material.
Yep.
Now at the booth, I'm assuming you have business cards. Do you have a brochure or anything like that yet?
That's something I need.
Okay. So at the booth, we can have cards. We can have, we'll just call this a brochure, with whether it's a trifold or anything else, some kind of information that they're handed out.
I'd even love designs for T-shirts or anything like that.
Apparel. And I know I spelt that wrong, but you'll forgive me. Maybe banners or signage.
Yeah.
Banner/signage. Okay, so that way now after the events, we have a place, where people can go congregate, ask questions, get information handed to them, potentially selling apparel, and even maybe selling the video series. Okay. So it's not just awareness; they can also convert right here as well. And at the booth, we would have signage, brochures, apparel, business cards. Okay. How else outside of the events are people made aware?
It's pretty much word of mouth, or if somebody shares it on Facebook.
So we have our social presence.
Yeah.
Social media. Now, as of now, are you doing a lot of paid ads or anything like that on social media?
It's just a blog, so I haven't been putting any money into advertising. But as I move forward, that's step one.
So right now, everything on social media is organic. It's just from you have your own following and you're sharing it to their following. And if they share it with other people, people are made aware by other people sharing on social media.
I'm at the mercy of my readers.
Awesome. Yep. Okay. Cool. And so what kind of content, so on your social media, are you only pushing out the blog posts or are you posting other types of content?
Right now it's a blog post every Thursday, and that's pretty much everything that's going out. Yeah.
Weekly post.
And the goal is to get them to land back on the website and sign up for the email newsletter.
Right. Okay. So if someone sees you here on social media or an event and they want to do research, they're forwarded over to your website.
Yes.
/blog, which is your website right now is the blog. And they go to your website and they see there's an area for a newsletter sign up.
Yep.
All right. So you're not doing any print mailing or anything like that. It's all email newsletter.
Everything is newsletter. Yeah.
Okay. Is that something you're going to want to do like later, print ads, or no, you just want to stay pretty much digital?
I'd like to stay digital.
Okay. All right, cool. Is there anything, so research, website, blog, they can also see, I guess, your social media would have content. You said you have a YouTube channel.
I think there's only 2 videos on there right now.
So it's not something you've taken advantage of completely, but it's definitely something that you might want to consider doing.
Absolutely. I've dabbled in it, but the ROI is low enough that I've cut that out for now.
Okay. So YouTube. Anything else? So someone's made aware of you. They want to find out a little bit more about End Average. Is there anything else that any other channels that they'd be able to do some research on?
I think we've covered it.
Okay.
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Okay. So now they've heard about you through an event or through social media. They've done a little bit of research. They check out your website. They've signed up for your newsletter. They're sent out a month. You said it's a monthly newsletter email?
The weekly newsletter is that
weekly
week's post.
Gotcha.
Yes.
And then engagement. So now they're ready to like ask you questions or contact you. Yeah. How are they doing it? Are they through email, I'm assuming, is one?
Right now, I encourage them to reply directly to that email that comes to me. They can leave comments on the blog posts, either on Facebook or on the website itself.
Blog comments, social media, and then we'll just put like DM to where they could direct message you. Okay. And they're engaging. So now, as of now, the only conversions have been for public speaking, because you've been doing blog is kind of like this is your passion, and then that blog is giving recognition to where people are like, hey, can you speak on this subject? And now you're invited to these places, and so conversions have been basically bookings.
Yeah.
Okay. And how are they booking right now? Is it
right now? It's been everywhere that I've spoken has been somebody who knows me personally or knows me through, like, say, my dad. Okay. And so it's all organic. They call me directly, and it's
okay. So conversion right now is basically like through email or phone.
Yeah.
So it's not email really. It's, let me erase this. They give you a phone call or?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Now, advocacy, this is kind of taking it to the next level to where now we've had our events, our speaking engagement, but we're also talking about in the future where we're taking it to the next level, which is the video, the product. So now we've talked about the conversion funnel for what's been happening so far.
Yeah.
We're transitioning into having a product now, which is your video series.
Right.
And so is this conversion funnel going to stay the same, or what other channels are we thinking about getting the word out for the video?
Well, I think the answer to that is that the products should support my credibility for people hiring me as a speaker. And so it's the same funnel. They're still getting the information in the same place, but they get to choose how they want to consume that. They can hire me in person or they can buy the video series.
Okay. So the primary product, which we'll call the core line product, is going to be the speaking, or is it going to be the video?
The video series.
Video series. Okay. Now we also have what's called the trial close. Okay. Now trial close, the purpose behind a trial close is the statistics, and I might get this wrong, but last time I checked, I believe it was 12 times higher. So if someone buys a product from you, entry-level product that's, very low cost but high value, and they see value in it, they're 12 times more likely to buy one of your core line products. So if we have a product for, say, $10, $20, but then we have a core line product that, might be a couple hundred, couple $1,000s, if we were to lead off with this core line, the chances are very slim. But if we have a trial close or an entry-level offer at something that's kind of lower value, or lower, not value, but ticket price, it's 12 times higher that they'll take advantage of this. Do you have any kind of entry level things that you've thought about?
Yeah, I think that we can offer the first introductory video for the series, which would be 4 to 6 videos. And if you give that introduction at a lower point, they can see exactly what to expect out of the series.
Okay, so it's an intro video to the series.
Yes.
Which is kind of brilliant. Okay, so the way I've seen this work, through digitalmarketer.com and through, other people that have taken digital marketing to that higher level, is they would use this as what's called a lead magnet. Yeah. So whether it's, there might be a step before this, which is called the lead magnet. Sorry. So lead magnet, So a lead magnet, and you don't have to do this, but this is just what is kind of proven to work, is a valuable piece of content that we're giving away for free in exchange for contact information. Yeah. So, hey, you want this white paper or, some kind of article or some kind of valuable piece of content that gives you a taste for who we are. It doesn't cost you anything. Just, give us your email address. We're trading you an email for this. And this could be anything from, I'll just call it a white paper / ebook, or something like that. But you want to
be some kind of survey for me. It would be a personal assessment that somebody can go through real quick and they get to see where they're at now. That would be useful for these. Point them in the right direction to which series they should be aiming at.
Would we call it like a personal growth survey, or what would we call it? Okay.
Yeah. An assessment to figure out where you're at. Where's your start point?
So tell me, and again, when we're doing discovery with clients, after this section, we'd spend a lot more time talking about the user. So you're not going to get this in this video, but just in a real high level view, tell us about the type of people who would be interested in this type of service.
So I've come to find out over the year that I've been blogging, the people who resonate the most are Christian men who are my age or younger. And so that's essentially my target audience, is the millennial who needs the mentorship that they're not getting otherwise. And so this is the guy who wants XYZ, wants to be a millionaire, wants to have a family with kids, doesn't know how to do that. And so my goal is to step in and say, with the personal survey, this is where I'm at. I'm making XYZ. I'm not happy in my job. I can't find a Christian wife or whatever it is that they want at the time. And then I help them from that point figure out what the steps are, how to turn into the person that your future wife deserves. Things like that.
Very cool. So again, in this video, we're not going to cover this, and we might do this in another video, but where after the conversion funnel, after the talking about all the different awareness channels, we'd spend a lot more time focusing on those types of people, because we want to make sure that whatever it is we do design is catered to those people, because they have their own stories, their own individual needs, their own pain points. And so we want to make sure we're speaking the language that they understand. So potentially, this is all kind of theory right now. We're not producing a proposal or anything yet. We're just talking about potentially what is our core line product, what are the different awareness channels that people have, that we have available, that people could find these, and what are the steps to actually convert into this? Because the goal is to have someone convert into this core line, which is the main value that we're offering, which is more intensive kind of mentorship and all the goodies. Yeah. And so we have our lead magnet, this is a place to start. This is your personal growth survey. And so this will ask the questions, I'm assuming, that are going to open their mind up to like, oh my gosh, these are the questions I didn't even know to ask myself.
There is more in life.
Yeah. And so I'm willing to pay, $10 for whatever this intro survey is, which will address some of these things. Mm-hmm. But it's enough information to get them to say, okay, I see value. I've established credibility with this brand. And now I'm more open to getting this core line offer, which is the video series. And where does speaking engagements fall in this? Is this like a trial close, or is this more of like an awareness channel for you? Because I know it's obviously something you've been paid for, but it's you want to. Do you see this as more marketing?
I would say that's more of an awareness thing to bring credibility to the core line.
Gotcha.
And it keeps me in touch with who I'm actually trying to connect with, right? Because at an actual speaking engagement, I get to meet them, hear their questions, know what they need, so that I can plan the next video series, right?
Okay, cool. So conversion. So the steps to convert, hypothetically, is they've either seen us at an event or social media. Now, if we're taking this to a bigger level, social media, because you can't be at all places at all times. And so digitally, social media is the way we can lead off. Now, up until this time, you've done weekly posts, which is just blogs, but you haven't done any kind of sponsored ads. But now if we were to do any kind of sponsored ads, we can lead off with this lead magnet, which is like, hey, have you ever thought about personal growth or something like that? This is a survey to get your journey started. And so that would be something that resonates with your target audience. They see you on social media. So we'll draw this here. They see us on, we'll just say Facebook, and we'll call this an ad. They go over to your website, but you don't want to overwhelm them with all the information up front. They saw an ad specific to this lead magnet, so you would want a page, I'm assuming that's specific to this lead magnet.
Right, and that's where where I was in my head when I first came to you was, hey, I need a better website so they can figure out what end average is, because right now what it is post after post after post with no starting point, with no direction. It would be overwhelming. Okay.
So we need to make sure that the website clearly identifies not only who we are, but what is the journey, because there's so many different avenues that a user can take to get the content that they're looking for. And we want to make sure like you could start here, here's the next step. But if they saw an ad on Facebook, it would go to this landing page specific to this lead magnet. And then they put in there, we'll just put name, email, submit, right? Yep. They submit this. They get an autoresponder email, I'm assuming, because you're not going to manually go in there and do all that, and then it'll probably lead them to a thank you page. Thank you.
And that's where the link to the survey is.
Right.
And the survey itself.
So there's two ways you could do it. One is link in this email, link to the survey. On the thank you page, it'll say, hey, your survey is coming to you in the mail. Yeah. But if you want more information about end average, this is where you can start.
Right.
And this, we could put on an autoresponder, maybe get like 3 to 5 to where you're not manually doing anything, that this lead is being nurtured all from this landing page, right?
Yep.
So we have Facebook ad, landing page, email autoresponders, this white paper, not a white paper. The video needs to be produced, obviously. You need to design the thank you page, the autoresponders. What else am I missing here? The first autoresponder would be basically a link to the content.
Yeah.
The second one would be kind of following up, like, hey, have you done anything?
And I know that there's ways that we can program it to where if we see that they didn't go to the survey, we can encourage them to do that, or start drip training.
Right.
Just enter them into the weekly blog post, or show them, hey, this is a great place to start to get the core fundamentals of end average, and that's all just links to the already existing posts.
So we could call this would be the lead magnet follow-up content. It'll be the actual content. This one will be the follow-up. And then this one, somewhere either here to 3 to 5 could be the trial close. Something like, because this has all been free up until this point. Hey, have you ever thought about doing anything with that personal growth survey for an extra $10? We could have someone follow up with you, or we can give you this video that addresses some of these key things that we found. And then this would have its own kind of process too. Yeah. Okay, cool. So guys, so far, instead of just saying, oh, you need a website redesign, I could take a look at his blog and give suggestions and start prescribing design solutions and make it look nice. But rather, I'm trying to help the client see that it's more than just the website, because that website is just one of the areas of this conversion funnel. It's just the research part. But then we also have to make branding opportunities for engagement and conversion. And conversion isn't just a one-time, like, here's who I am, buy my stuff. It comes over time, and a lot of times it's from adding value through content. And so one of the things that we've talked about is digital marketing through Facebook ads, creating a landing page with lead magnets. Another thing is potentially YouTube is an area that you would go to. This email, is this branded right now for End Average?
It's coming from endaverage.com, so Ryan at endaverage.com. And there's a banner at the top, but I'm assuming that most emails are filtering that banner out anyway, so there's room for growth there.
Okay, so potentially we need to design the the standard email marketing, and then some autoresponders, and then the social media graphics. You want to make sure that is consistent across the whole board. And so at this point in time, I would take a snapshot of this and pull out my phone, take a snapshot, and say, okay, we have a lot to chew on right here. Let's come up with a game plan of how we could tie in all of these things. And then at the very end, one of the last steps of discovery, we talk about prioritization. Yeah. And prioritization is prioritizing revenue streams as well as awareness channels. We're talking about a whole lot right here. He's not realistically going to do 100% of everything right out the gates, but there's potential to grow into and to phase things out if we need to. And so if we really want to focus on positioning correctly the website, we could redesign the website, maybe create a landing page, and then help with the videos, the video series. And then now that infrastructure is set up, we can transition to phase 2, which is now let's get our social engagement up to make people aware of this. And so what I'm doing is I'm helping the client see the bigger picture, but we're also making a partnership to where they realize they don't have to go to 50,000 different places. Like, I can help them design and brand all of these different things. And so this is what turns a one-off type design project into a long-term partnership with your clients. And so I could keep going. I wanted to keep this video kind of short, but that's it for now. Do you want to end with anything else? I mean, like, as a client, honestly, for the first time seeing this, what are you thinking about?
My brain is saying overload. I can't do it all on my own. And so it would be the next step for me on the analysis side. All right, let's figure out next thing. I got to make the videos. Next thing, we got to plan the landing page, like you said. And it makes me feel good that there's somebody who knows how to do that, because I don't.
And I guess was going to be the next question is, like, how valuable would it be to, now you see this, it's all information overload. There's too much to think about all by myself. If there was someone who can help you kind of prioritize this and section it out, segment it out, and give you phases that are measurable, how valuable would that be to you as a client?
Like a project management, that would be phenomenal.
Yeah, totally. And so now we just turned a website design into all kinds of other potential design opportunities. And so anyway, hopefully that was helpful for you guys who are designers, who are just sending your clients on their way after one design. If you guys have any questions or comments, please put them in the comment section below. I know there's kind of a lot to talk about in this, and there's a lot I could expand on, but we'll probably shoot another video talking about the prioritization. Now that we have all of this, how do we put this in some kind of cohesive, phased out plan that will obviously be a proposal to work with this client. All right, thanks.
Thank you. Hey guys, I'm Ryan Hansen from endaverage.com. If you want to find out more information about how you can become who you were intended to be, how to utilize the talents that God gave you built into your life, go check it out at endaverage.com. You can email me at ryan@endaverage.com. I'd love to hear from you.